Karlštejn, Czech Republic. Initial thoughts, walking from the main train station to the castle. It's extremely high up and
14 minutes though from where we're at.
So grand and cool. Another perfect sky in the Czech Republic. It's been super nice to us. As far as the main town so far, it looks like it's a very small town. It's kind of just one street with houses on the left and then these bridges with businesses on the right. Maybe it's left, maybe it's right. Houses, businesses, not too much here. I'm sure this would look really cool at night or if there was a lot of water in the river or canal, but there is no one here on a Sunday, which is probably pretty cool because you would assume that this place gets really busy in the summer months and these streets can be pretty packed. But it's really nice being up really early in the morning and seeing these amazing places kind of alone without a huge crowd. Again, it's nice being in these types of places and not like Paris, Prague, Amsterdam, London, where there's just a million people around. But take a look. Still have a long way up. Welcome to the Karlštejn Castle, one of the most legendary fortresses in all of the Czech Republic, built in the 14th century by Emperor Charles IV. This castle is a secret vault for the crown jewels and sacred relics. Unlike many castles of its time, Karlštejn was never meant to be a royal residence. It was a fortress of secrecy, built high above the Bronca River to keep the kingdom's most precious treasures hidden from prying eyes.
One of the most intriguing secrets of the Karlštejn is its strict hierarchy of access. The higher you went in the castle, the more sacred and restricted the spaces became. The great tower at the very top housed the chapel of the Holy Cross, a room so sacred that even the king himself had to fast for days before entering. The chapel is lined with a dazzling display of over 2,000 semi-precious stones and paintings by the medieval master Theodoric of Prague. Another strange fact, legend has it that for centuries, no women were allowed to stay overnight in the castle. Whether it was due to superstition or a rule imposed by Charles IV himself, the castle remained a male-only sanctuary for much of the early history. Today, Karlštejn holds its air of mystery, standing as one of the best preserved Gothic castles in Europe.
of the most astonishing and lesser known facts about the Karlštejn castle is its water supply secret. Despite its imposing presence, the castle lacked a natural water source, a critical vulnerability during sieges. To address this, miners from Kunta Hora were commissioned to dig a well reaching 70 meters deep. However, they failed to find water. To solve this, an underground channel was constructed to divert water from a nearby stream into a cistern within the castle. This clandestine system was so vital that its existence was kept secret. Only the emperor, Burgrave, and the miners knew about it. According to legend, to ensure the secret remained safe, miners were executed after completing their work.
Going off of what Jackson said, the well tower at the Karlštejn castle was crucial for the castle's survival, as it housed the only water source for the fortress. The well also played a strategic role during sieges, where defenders would lower a bucket with a candle inside to check if the water had been poisoned. If the flame extinguished, it meant the water had been contaminated, which was a common medieval sabotage tactic.
Life inside the castle was way stricter than you would think, even for the knights. Playing cards were forbidden because they thought that the knights would start betting, so knights resorted to secretly playing in the chimneys. When they heard someone coming, they would toss the cards into the fire to destroy the evidence. The living conditions weren't exactly luxurious either. Toilets were non-existent in most rooms, and the fireplaces were only found in select areas, with the emperor's room being one of the only ones with both a chapel and a fireplace. In the early days, as many as 40 knights lived together in a single massive hall, emphasizing how crammed things could be.
Karlštejn's walls were built to be impenetrable, with some parts of the castle walls reaching up to 11 to 14 feet thick. Security and devotion were taken seriously. Even religious paintings contained an eerie secret. Human hair and nails were sometimes embedded into images of holy figures, symbolizing their presence and reinforcing their power. One of the legends that we heard on tour was that King Charles IV had suffered from gout, which is a painful condition caused by excessive consumption of red meat and wine, which led to swollen, inflamed joints, especially in his hands. His doctors advised him to engage in fine motor activities like weaving baskets or carving statues as a form of therapy to ease pain and improve dexterity. Charles took this advice and personally carved a statue of Saint Nicholas. But, however, modern historians and art experts have cast a doubt on this claim. The statue is considered a highly artistic and detailed, making it unlikely that a man suffered from gout with severely swollen knuckles could have sculpted something so intricate. Whether Charles actually carved the statue or not remains a mystery, but the story persists as a quirky piece of royal folktale.
Not that bad of a crowd coming in, but there was no one for ours. Our group was probably like 8 people, including us. Oh wow, look at this.
I know, I just been wanting to try that.
Wow, that looks really good. Maybe we could get one. No, yeah, the town's filling up right now. The town's obviously not that big, so we're gonna take a better look right now that some of the stores are actually open. They weren't really open this morning. But yeah, castle experience was really good. Tour maybe like a 6 out of 10, but the castle probably an 8.8 out of 10.
We had an amazing time there. The tour guide was like okay. I feel like we would have done better with either doing our own research or listening to an audio tour besides hers, because she only gave out like maybe max like 3 really cool facts, and everything else was just kind of quiet. But we are now heading down the hill. There's not too much to do here besides, I guess, just eat, check out some shops, and check out all the cool houses. This is a very small town from what we saw. And he has a slingshot. Very small town from what we saw up at the castle, so there's really not much to do here. That's why we're only here for half a day. And when we get back to Prague, we have a lunch. We weren't able to book another medieval dinner show, so we're just going to check out a place that has a medieval lunch, just check out the food, compare it to the food that we had last night. We ordered a chicken schnitzel and our first Czech Republic sausage, which looks really, really tasty.
Be aware though, in Karlštejn, as you get that beautiful view of the castle behind me, it seems like we were just at that food place and got into a little bit of issue because we didn't really have enough cash. So we had to give them just American USD. But it seems like a lot of places here, because then after that, we've went into 3 different stores, 2 of them being cafes, just to see if every other place is accepting card and all knows. So just be aware, if you come here, definitely have cash ready. Also, huge bike presence here. I'm not sure what, there's probably a mountain bike trail or something, but yeah, a lot of people biking. Last night in Prague, going into the town with a beautiful sunset currently looking on over us. Had such an amazing time here. Definitely our favorite place. For the reasons of, I guess, it just being super medieval, super clean, feeling, you know, really safe.
Very walkable, and also just a lot of people are out. Like, there's a lot of people, there's a nice crowd. And also there's a castle.
Yeah.
So
not the last 4,
we
but
always
4
end
nights.
up at the castle.
Yeah, we just always end up and then walking down at exactly this time. If you come to Prague, 3 days is probably enough for the city, but we went to Český Krumlov, we went to Kuta Hora, we went to the Karlštejn Castle today,
Yep.
So we really brought in our Czech Republic microscope.
Yep.
And really loved this country overall.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely I think our best day trip was Český Krumlov, just because, again, it's another castle, pretty walkable and open.
Yeah. Here is our review of Tavern Ukrail Barinskio.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're far away from it now, but the review of the place we went today, I would say it's like overhyped, because when we were leaving the castle, I saw the pub and I was like, oh my God, this place looks absolutely insane. We have to go here. And that's when I didn't even know Sophia planned the actual show dinner.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go there so bad. I wanted to go into a medieval place.
Yeah.
So I kind of fell in love with that place just because of the environment inside. It was like super dark.
Plus, it's the oldest pub there in Prague too, since like the 1300s. So very, very medieval.
Yeah, it looks super legit as far as environment inside, and it still was as far as environment and like looking around. There was paintings all over the walls. It was the darkest one. It was like the most realistic pub, like medieval place that we went to. But as far as the food, I guess they gave us a decent amount. It was definitely the most expensive, and we kind of got the least amount of food. Yeah. But the food is basically just like pretty good meat, but it's just grilled. So I don't think there was much like seasoning or anything.
Yeah, besides the 2 sauces that we got.
The sauces were good, yeah, the barbecue.
You needed the sauces for sure.
It was literally just meat, on a
meat,
wood.
veggies, a little salad, corn. We got
the
potatoes.
the knight's platter, by the way.
Yeah. And then we got the cabbage soup.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was good, but it wasn't my favorite because it was in a bread bowl, so it kind of changed the taste of it, and it also got rid of the wateriness. It just ended up becoming like a mush, I guess.
Yeah, the soup wasn't really a soup. It was just like a mush.
But it was still tasty. It was still good. You just have to eat it right away.
Yeah, but yeah, as far as the place we went today, it was good. Environment was the best, but the food was probably the worst. Again, it was just kind of like grilled meat, so anyone could. It didn't really taste anything special, but best environment. You know, there's knights, there's swords. There's like no lighting, everything's like stone. They're playing good music, good old music.
Yeah.
So
CIA boxed. You don't see that anywhere else. And my first perfume. Oh. First perfume that Jackson really likes. And this is what it is. It is Piano Santal.